Well, people, I'm back again, and today I'm going to show you how to make lamb curry in the pressure cooker. This is going to be another short video, so this is quick and easy. You throw everything in and Bob's your uncle. So we're going to start off with, I washed my lamb. So what I've got in the pot now, wash my hands. Okay, so what we've got in the pan was I put a couple of tablespoons of oil in the bottom, 1 teaspoon of jeera or cumin seeds, 2 medium-sized onions cut like fine-ish, and then this is 2 pounds of lamb. This is bone in, but it's cut into small little pieces, and we're gonna add all the other stuff to this now. We're gonna add chili, you can add to your liking, and we're gonna add to this is haldi or turmeric, that's half a teaspoon. This is garam masala, we're gonna add 1 teaspoon. And then this is the all-important, what I call shakti or power, and this again you can add to your liking. That's 1.5 teaspoons. So all of that stuff in, and then this is another all-important, this is called basam bundi. I put this in one of my other videos. I made goat meat or bakra curry, and I put it in there as well. And I had a lot of questions afterwards about what is basam bundi. Well, let me tell you what basam bundi is. That there is curry leaves. That's probably about 3/4 of a teaspoon of curry leaves. I just crushed them up small. That is garlic powder. That's 1.5 teaspoons. That's ginger powder, that's 1 teaspoon. I'm using the powder version. You can use fresh as well. This is important. This adds a ton of flavor, so do put that in. So that goes in. And we're gonna give this a good mix. I got my heat on medium low because I was sweating the onions off just a little bit first. You don't really need to, but give this a good mix. Like so. And again, people, scrape your sides down. You don't want half of your gravy stuff caked onto the sides, right? There's no fun cleaning, washing up afterwards. So yeah, keep your sides clean. And also one more thing we're going to add to this. We're going to add some tomatoes to this. So grab those. So we're gonna add some tomatoes. I'm using crushed tomatoes here, and that's probably, I don't know how many ounces and whatnot, but that's like, if you're using a cooking spoon, that's probably, I'm gonna say 1.5 cooking spoons. You can add more or less, but the more you add, the more tomatoey flavor the taste is going to be. So that much is what I'm going to add. We're going to give this another mix, just so that everything is nicely incorporated. And I believe the last and final thing we're going to add to this before we put the lid on is half a sippy cup worth of water. That'll just help speed things up, make some more steam, because we want this. You can have this 2 ways. You can either have it like a thick-ish gravy, or you can make it runny. That I'll decide once it's cooked how I want it. So again, break my sides down. not a big fan of having my gravy, or as we say in Punjabi, tadka, to the sides. So that's that, people. Simple. All the stuff in. Now the next step is to just put the lid on. Like so. And like I said, I've got my heat on a medium low. Put the lid on, put your whistle on. And now the cook time for this is basically I go by whistles. So 2 whistles on this medium low heat, and then I'm gonna take the lid off, or actually 2 whistles on medium low, and then 1 whistle on low, and that's it. Then I'm gonna take the lid off, and then we'll take a look, see, and then we'll continue cooking a little bit longer. Okay, so we'll let this do its job, and then we'll meet again. Okay, people, so I had this on a medium low, and it whistled twice. Then I turned it down to low, and it whistled once. And what I'm doing now is I'm just releasing, it's still on low heat, but I'm releasing all of the steam pressure built up in here before I open it. That's very important. If you've never used a pressure cooker before, please read the instructions and follow them, but it's nothing complicated. Just before you open the lid, you have to release all the pressure. As you can see, there's steam coming out. It's gone down now. It was a lot more about 30 seconds ago. It was a lot more, but all the steam is coming out. So when all the steam stops coming out, that's when you open the lid. If you open the lid with this full of steam, well, you're gonna have a new paint job done in your kitchen, and I don't think you want that, and it's highly dangerous. So again, release all the steam, just prop it up. I'm using a wooden cooking spoon to just lift this whistle up, and you can see all the steam coming out. So once all the steam is out, which is almost there, then I'll take the lid off, and we'll take a look. Okay, people, so I took the lid off. What you might also want to do is just remove the pot off the heat and let all the steam come out, and then remove the lid. So that's what I did. I removed this off the heat, and then it released all the steam pretty quick. Then I took the lid off, and that's what we're left with. I'm going to give you a zoom in here so you can see the yumness that we have in here. People, this is so easy to do. I mean, obviously, you know, it's a pressure cooker, so be careful with this, but the dish is very simple to make. I'm going to give this a good stir, and I don't know if you can see that, but that's not a good one. See how the meat has kind of come off the bones? That's what you want. Like this one here, that's a good example. The meat is off. It's like, oh, that tastes good. It's kind of shrunk. It's off the bone. It's not falling off, but it's shrunk. So now what we're going to do to this is what we say in Punjabi, bhunna, or in Hindi they say bhunna. Basically it means we're going to cook this. I've still got it on low heat. We're going to cook it until the meat releases the cooking oil that we used. It's getting there. It started. I can see I can see the oil floating on top. So we're pretty close. When you see oil floating on top, that's a good indicator that your meat is cooked. And then at which point you check it and make sure that it's tender and it's breaking. And if it is, well then you're golden. Your meat is cooked. So I'm gonna let this go now again for a little bit longer until I see oil, and then we'll be at that point we'll check it and make sure that, you know, the meat is to our liking. You don't want to eat this too like chewy. You want it tender, and that's the whole point of using the pressure cooker, because it helps cook in a lot shorter time than using a regular pot. Like this probably cooked for about 10 minutes under pressure. If I was to do this in a regular pot, it would take a lot longer. So you can see it's all nice and bubbly yubbly. So it's gonna wait until I see more oil floating, and then we'll check it. Okay people, so you can see that the meat has released oil. I see the oil floating on top, so I'm pretty certain that this is done. So now here you have a choice. You can make the gravy as thick or thin as you want. As of now, it's not super thick, but it's not super thin either. You can add more water to this and then just let the water come to a boil. If you want more liquidy type gravy. I'm not quite sure what I want to do with this, so maybe I'll put a little bit of water in. So again, that's like half a sippy cup worth of water. Yeah, half a sippy cup worth in. Give this another good stir, and we're gonna let this come to the boil again. And again, my heat is on low. It's been on low ever since I took, or ever since it whistled. It's been on low. So give it a good mix, and yeah, when the water comes to a boil, then we'll check to see if the meat is done. Okay people, so our lamb curry is done, as you can see. So off camera, what I did was I tasted it to make sure that it was cooked, and it is, and I adjusted the seasoning. For me, it just needed a little bit more salt, so I added the salt in, and yeah, it's done, it's cooked. I mean, the meat just falls off the bone, like no effort, none whatsoever. These are my favorite pieces. These are from the leg, and I like sucking out all the marrow as well. But yeah, the meat is done, it's cooked, it's breaking, it's perfect. So that's it for today's video people. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get upcoming notifications of my new videos, and share this video, make this recipe, and leave your comments down below. Let me know how it worked out for you. And also people, again, another reminder, I'm doing a 100 subscriber giveaway at the end of January. The goal is to reach 100 subscribers by Jan, so help me out in that. And that's it for today, and we will see you on the next one. Until then,